Hey guys, so first before we get into this, I want to thank everybody who came out and liked and subscribed to my channel. I had a few videos set up before this, but after the turnout yesterday, I figured I would at least give everybody a shout out. A lot of y'all might be friends and family, and for that, I definitely love you guys. So anyway, to get into it, so today's review is about the Alpha Trooper CS-6. It is obviously a Nerf brand blaster. And they have a few versions of it. The first one was yellow, and it was called the Alpha Trooper, CS6, whatever. This is an orange one. I cannot tell you if this is one of the Elite Alpha Troopers, but as you can guess what the third one I'm about to say is, there's an Elite Alpha Trooper, which is blue. That just means it's performing at elite performances in the FPS and ranges you can expect from other Elite blasters that are similarly named and branded and painted. Anyway, so this one comes with, or this one that I got from Kohl's. I got it on sale a little while back. I couldn't tell you if Kohl's is still doing that sale or even if Kohl's is still open at the moment. I think they are, but either way, this one came with two 6-round magazines and this folding stock right here. It's a pretty simple to use stock. You just pull to unlock it, then you fold it, and then you push to lock it. It's not a great stock, but I like the way it looks, and it feels really tactical to kind of go from to get that maneuverability. Anyway, it will fit other conventional stocks as it is in-strike compatible, as you can tell. So you could put on one of these original Recon stocks with its terrible mag storage, or you could put on, there we go, or you could put on this regulator stock, which has great mag storage. It still holds one, but it's more user-friendly than others. But what I normally put on it is not right here within reach, it's over here, but is a Raider stock. I think it looks cool. Easy enough. 3 position, but it might as well be 1 or 2 because this middle one is, it's easy to yank out of it, but it's not easy to get into it. Either way, it is pump action, as you can tell. It is not styled as a shotgun in that it only shoots 1 dart at a time. It's spring powered. And yeah, it's kind of a mainstay of spring primaries, as in this is a primary class blaster, and you see just as many folks running these as you do like flywheel blasters, or at least that was the case. I couldn't tell you too much in that I have seen a lot. Now that there's a lot more flywheel blasters to choose from, folks still like these because they are pretty dope. You got a dart storage in the grip here, to save one for yourself in those HVZ games where you don't want to get caught. But either way, it'll take conventional magazines. It does not have a barrel attachment. It is just stock here. You got a rail up here for sights and stuff. The sights that you're definitely going to use. And if you prime it back, you got a little unjamming door right here for any jams. I have not experienced any jams, but I also haven't fielded this yet. I've just been going around the house, clearing rooms just in case. But anyway, so I guess we can go ahead and take this to the range. And we'll talk about it a little bit more. Oh, well, I guess we can go ahead and do this. It has a couple sling points. Even if you aren't running a stock, you have one on the pistol grip here, so you can either single point it like so, or you can put one up here on the grip. I don't really like having slings on a non-fixed surface, so this isn't exactly how I would run it, but that's okay. Y'all might have different ways. If you have a stock attached, you could fix it to one of those, and you can have like a 3-point or just a 2-point here, or just one on the stock. Either way, that's kind of still in the scale of don't want to sling on a non-fixed position, but whatever. So this isn't a mag that came with it, but it's a pretty neat one. I like them. But either way, we're going to take this to the range, and we'll show how it works. So if you'll come with me. There we go. So yeah, it's a pretty simple blaster, You can tell it's pump action. It might help if I looked where I was shooting instead of the camera. So you gotta so to reload, you gotta make sure it's primed back. Then you can pull on the ambidextrous mag releases right here, and then you can slide in another. It also has slam fire, which means that anytime you just hold the trigger and pump, it'll shoot when you prime the slide forward. So we'll throw a couple more mags in this, and then we'll call it a day. Oh, seems that it just shaved off a piece of dart. Maybe I've got a dart that's deteriorating or something. I might need to just find that, throw that one out. And then one more. So obviously it won't really feed Velcro, whistle tips, or streamlines, or suction darts, but it'll feed any conventional, you know, non-streamlined, but still, like, it'll shoot these Air Warrior darts, it'll shoot AccuStrikes, it'll shoot these off-brands that aren't in this bin, but are over there in that one. And it looks like we're empty. But yeah, so the Elite Alpha Trooper, or just the Alpha Trooper in general, I mean, I ain't gonna be the first that says that this is a good blaster, nor a great blaster to get if you're planning on, you know, going to events or anything like that, or if you're just playing around and screwing around in your house. Like, it's a pretty fun blaster. It's a little bit more tactical than maybe some of the shotgun blasters, or inconvenient like the Predator or anything like that. You know, maybe this isn't as user-friendly for a kid or so, in that, you know, you have to make sure it's primed back before you can drop the mag, and then you have to prime it forward, and there's a lot of potential for maybe a kid who doesn't know what they're doing, or maybe not going to read the instructions. There's a lot of potential for a kid jamming it up or trying to feed the wrong darts in it or something like that. So I don't know about a 7-year-old, but like maybe a 10-year-old or an 11-year-old would get it for sure. It's not super not user-friendly, but it's a fun little blaster. I've seen a bunch of people use them at the one event I went to, and then I figured, oh, I've definitely got to pick one up. So I'm really glad that Kohl's had that sale a while back, because these things kind of can go for a bunch, because they're still highly valued but from the folks who know what they're looking for. Either way, that's pretty much all I got to say about the Alpha Trooper. Like everybody else, I think it's neat. Wow. Very stellar and not deciduous, that's a tree. Insightful opinions from me. Very dissenting thought. I'm going with the zeitgeist on this one. So anyway, oh wait, hold on, there was something else I wanted to test. So you may not want to, you know, fix a sling to the front, but I guess due to the way that the pump action is shaped, I guess I could talk about that a little bit. Yeah, that should be enough to show. So the pump is a little interesting in that it is completely wraps around. So if you wanted to, you could prime it from the top, you could prime it from the side, you could prime it from the bottom here. I've seen a lot of people replace or mount like a vertical foregrip here, or an angled foregrip to kind of, and I'm pretty sure there's a lot of 3D printed stuff on Etsy and stuff to replace this front end with something more comfortable, I guess. It's not uncomfortable, but it is a little funky. It's definitely a unique pumping style across blasters, in that it's not, you know, shotgun style or anything like that. But it does have this little lip here that you could brace your hand, so if you get tired of gripping, you could just and use that. But it is also a mount here, so if you wanted to, this is not to advertise that I am for Team Red, this is just the only lanyard I could find at the moment. This is one of the rival Team Indicator lanyards that come from, I think I got this out of the Kronos, the Phantom Core rounds, who cares, but you could do it kind of like a MAC-10 or any of those really small submachine guns that don't really have a comfortable place to hold your hand, and you could use that to go back to the range. Whoop, I'm losing my camera here. We'll see if that stays in. It probably will, I'm lazy. And you could, woo. Okay, maybe that's not such a great idea. This is me testing it on camera for the first time, so we'll give it one more good shot. Maybe if you do this, use a carabiner or something that's a little bit more sturdy, or be nicer to your blaster. I'm kind of smacking this thing around. Yeah, carabiner would definitely be better for that, because this thing is warping like nobody's business. Okay, so yeah, I mean it worked, but as y'all saw, it was a little clunky there. So anyway, that's, you know, tried and tested, and it turns out that doesn't really work that well. Definitely, if you want to do that, make sure you reinforce that little sling ring, reinforce the clip that you use into it. If I had a carabiner on hand, I'd test it again, because I don't learn lessons easily. Anyway, that's all I got to say about the Alpha Trooper. I promise it. Now, you know when you get long-winded when your camera tells you, hey, this file size is a little too big, bud. So I'm going to redo that ending bit. So again, thank you to those who came out, liked, and subscribed, because you essentially doubled my followership. You know, at low numbers, it's pretty easy to double it, but, you know, I appreciate it just the same, because I was going to do this whether or not people watch it, so, you know, whatever. Anyway, if you like what I'm doing here, like and subscribe. If you like, or if you have anybody who likes Nerf in your life, share it with them. Maybe either I'll affirm some opinions or disagree with them eventually. So far, I think I've said I've liked every blaster, so maybe I'll come up with some new opinions here in the future. But spoiler alert, if I purchased it, I probably liked it. So, you know, that's pretty much how that's going to go. I promise I'll come up with some more content in the future that's not just Nerf. I just happen to really like Nerf and have collected a lot of it over the years. So, this is a place for me to hyperfixate on it. So that's kind of why I'm going to do this, whether or not people watch it or not. Anyway, if there's any ideas or any blasters you want me to review and I either have or can get my hands on or something like that, leave a comment down below. If you have any ideas on any other content, I mean, I'm pretty open. You might find that I don't really have, so far I have a theme, and that theme is Nerf, but otherwise I don't really have a whole much of a theme, so I'm willing to be a little loosey-goosey with it. Anyway, that's all I got for this video, so thank you for watching.